What's up, world? Thank you for tuning in to Christopher's Couch. I am Christopher, and today I'm going to be reviewing The Flash Season 3, Episode 1, The Flashpoint. Okay, so start off by saying, good episode. And let me tell you, when I say I don't recall there ever being a bad Flash episode, trust me, I don't recall ever seeing a bad Flash episode. And for the season premiere, this one was good. So let's recap. In this episode, we get Barry Allen, who we know doesn't talk to Iris. Like, nobody knows who Barry Allen is, obviously, because, you know, he messed up the timeline when he went back in time last season to save his mom from being killed from Reverse Flash. So in this timeline, everything's just going perfect for this man. I mean, even though he's got a really good job, he still stays with his parents, which isn't a bad thing, because staying with your parents does have its benefits, like having your bed made. I don't know about y'all, but for me, I wake up in the morning, I brush my teeth, I get dressed for work, I leave my bed unmade. When I come home from work, my bed is just, it's looking real good. It's looking like it's ready to be wrinkled up again. Then you have home cooked meals for you, which, you know, if you stay with your grandparents, you know the meals is about to be mwah. You know what I'm saying? Laundry. I get my laundry done. I mean, there isn't anything that my parent doesn't do. I get bubble baths. Like when I'm ready to take a bath, it's like bubbles already in the bath for me. I don't have to do nothing. So, definitely benefits to staying with your parents. And besides that, we see that he doesn't know Iris, but he wants to get to know her. Kind of seems like he's probably been stalking her for a little bit, but it's okay. I think we've all stalked a girl that, you know, looked really good, and you just didn't have the courage to go say anything to them. I mean, I've done it about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, about 10 times I've done it before. But yeah, so he wants to talk to her. He ends up talking to her, and you already kind of get this connection, and then you find out later on that Iris actually, since speaking to Barry Allen, has felt some type of weird connection to him, which is good. At the same time, in this timeline, Barry isn't the Flash. He still has his super speed and his abilities, but he's not the Flash. You actually have Wally West as Kid Flash, and you see that he's going up against this villain, I guess, who's been around for quite some time, causing some trouble, named The Rival. And let me say, The Rival seems pretty cool already. Shout out to that guy who's actually from, well, the first time I noticed him was from Vampire Diaries last season, Julian, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, I like him. So far, he's been doing some good roles. So it looks like he might be not the main villain of this season, but probably like the co-villain, or the villain that's gonna, the bad guy that's gonna lead up to the main villain. Also, we have Cisco Ramon, who is now like probably what, the second richest person in the world in this timeline. I'm assuming he's behind Bruce Wayne. And I like his character. His character, I mean, he's always been funny and goofy, even in the first timeline. But in this timeline, I like it a little bit more because he has like this cockiness, and at the same time still the same type of personality somewhat that he had from the first timeline, being funny and goofy. And I like that he just brings comedy to the show. I think without Cisco Ramon, who else could there be? Nobody. Unless they brought Dr. Wells back. Have that. Then we have Joe, Detective Joe in this timeline. Seems, I don't know, like there's something off. Well, I guess you could say that he's upset that the Flash, well, the Kid Flash, is his son, which I guess is understandable. And you find out that, well, Iris already knows. So you pretty much find out that his sister and his dad knows about him. And I think Joe isn't too happy about him being the Kid Flash, and he would really hate if something happened to his son. So that's understandable. you find out Caitlin Snow isn't a big time scientist, or I mean, what do you call her? Doctor? I mean, I don't know what you would call her, because she pretty much in the first season, second season, she pretty much did everything. She, fucking had syringes. If you was on a freaking uh, fucking bed rest bed or whatever, she was the one taking your blood. I don't know what the fuck she does. All right, I just know she was pretty fucking smart, and now and she was really important. Now she's still smart, but she is a eye doctor now. As a matter of fact, she's an eye doctor for little kids. So if your kids need their eyes checked out, go to Caitlin Snow. I think that kind of rhymed. Yeah. So that's just a little gif of what everyone else is doing in this timeline, like what's changed, what hasn't changed. So pretty much the changes that we have is Joe. Shit, I forgot all about this dude. Joe is upset, so he's pretty bad. Like he's not being the cop that he is from the first timeline. First timeline, he's a really good cop. He's always at work. He's always on time. But in this timeline, he sleeps, and apparently his breath really stinks bad, and he doesn't do his job well. And I'm just gonna say, I don't know about y'all, but I was pretty, like, I had this look on my face, like, when the Flash actually, like, gave Detective Joe a shower and dressed him and brought him to work within minutes. Now it was funny but weird at the same time too, because it's like I wouldn't do that shit at all. You're just gonna have a funky breath, and you're just gonna stink the whole day and lose your job for not showing up to work. So with the rival, he pretty much has speed too. He's the bad guy for right now. The bad guy that Kid Flash has been trying to beat, but he just can't seem to. He has super speed too. So I wonder if they probably won't, but I was hoping that they would explain how he even got his speed. I would really like to know how he got his speed. But he's the bad guy for right now that Kid Flash is trying to beat, but he can't. And he just wants to pretty much meet his match. He wants to meet the person that can actually rival him. And the whole time that Kid Flash is trying to beat this guy, Barry Allen, he isn't doing anything, because in this world, in this timeline, he feels he doesn't have to save anyone. They have a hero, so he doesn't need to do that. And he doesn't at first, but then he realizes that he's actually losing his memories from the timeline, from the first timeline, the one that he changed by going back. He's losing all of his memories, and you find out that the more he uses his powers, the more his memories are going away faster, which you learn from the Reverse Flash, which he has captive. And with that guy, I'm actually curious as to how that Reverse Flash, we're used to seeing the Dr. Wells Reverse Flash, but I really would like to see this one. I think his name is Neoborn Thorn or something like that. I don't want to mess his name up. I really want to see what type of person he is, because from this episode, he seems like fucking psychotic crazy. Like, when I tell you, I was like busting out laughing every time Barry went to go talk to him, because the one thing this guy kept on bringing up was the fact that he just really wants to kill Barry Allen's mom. Like, this dude really wants to kill his mom. I would think his mom did something to this man, but she didn't. And like every time they spoke, it was like, I want to kill your mom, or it was just crazy. It was like, man, at one point I was just like, man, Barry, just let this man kill your mom again. Jeez. But it was just funny. I liked how he just kept bringing that up. And the Reverse Flash is the one that actually notified Barry, letting him know that, your first timeline that you changed is about to just collapse, because now the more you're in this timeline, the more that timeline is going to just start disappearing. And so Barry's like, how do I fix it? And Reverse Flash is like, there's only one way to fix it, pretty much. I have to kill your mom. Like, god damn, that sucks. You just got your mom back for 3 months, and it sucks that she has to die again. And for what, the third time that you, this is what yeah, this would be the third time he's had to see his mom die. Jeez, I mean, he saw his mom die when he was a little kid, and then he saw his mom die when he went back in time the first time to stop her from dying, but he ended up not. And now he has to see her die for the third time. It's sad for his mom. R.I.P. to her. But yeah, so that's what's going on. He needs to go back and stop that. So what he does is he gets the gang back together. He gets Cisco. He gets Kid Flash. He gets everybody together. Iris. He gets them together. He kidnaps 2 of them, or he pretty much kidnaps all of them. Actually, Barry Allen kidnapped them. He's I think that's a crime. I think he's a criminal now, technically, for kidnapping. And what he does is he tell everybody his secret that, you know, he's the Flash from different universes, from a different timeline and stuff like that. And they don't really believe him, but Iris believes him because she feels like that just this timeline to her has been weird. Like nothing, everything's been going good, but it hasn't been feeling right up until the point where she actually started talking to Barry. And so, yeah, I guess you could say she's already in love with this guy and stuff like that, but she felt that there was just something off. So she believes him, and he ends up going back. He ends up going back to the Reverse Flash. But before that, he decides to help Kid Flash take down the rival, which was pretty good because both of them, the Kid Flash and the Flash, they come up, they find out where the rival is. They go there like they're about to tag team this dude, like on some Kane and Undertaker shit. Tag team this man, and the Kid Flash, he gets a little cocky. He's all like, man, I can take him. So he goes first. They say this is like when Goku and Vegeta was gonna fight Wiz, you know, when they were training. And then, you know, Vegeta is Kid Flash, and he's like, I can take him. Goes up there, and he tries to do as much as he can, and he ends up doing nothing, pretty much. And then gets his ass whooped. Then we have the Flash, who seems kind of cocky too, and he's like, well, I can take you for sure. Until the rival takes some pole and just stabs Kid Flash like in his back. He just stabbed that dude. I was like, damn. Damn. I was just like, shit got real quick. So the Flash and the rival starts going back and forth, and man, it was actually pretty cool because it was like neck and neck, and I was just thinking like, man, shouldn't Barry be like better, faster, stronger than this dude? Like, he's had just so much experience from season 1 and season 2 that he should be beating the fuck out of this guy. But nope, he actually ends up getting his ass whooped. He ends up getting his ass whooped because then he starts to forget how to use his powers, if I'm not mistaken. That's what was going on. He forgets how to use his powers, and that's what happens. And the rival just starts whooping his ass. Then he creates these 2 twisters. And this shit was funny because when he created them 2 twisters, they go to Cisco, and Cisco was talking about, man, he's creating these twisters. And I could have sworn, maybe I didn't hear that shit right. I'll have to listen to it again. I could have sworn he said, man, he's making these twisters or something, and it's like a F3 on the Vegeta scale. And when he said that, like, I did rewind it a couple of times just to make sure. And that's what I'm pretty sure he said. And I don't know if Vegeta's scale is like legit something for the weather, or if he was actually, you know, doing like a reference to Vegeta. It's over 9,000 type of thing. Which I'm pretty sure, since Cisco is like funny, I'm pretty sure that's what he was referencing. So he does these twisters, and it's looking bad for everybody. But then the Flash, you know, because love binds you together, because love is what gives you the strength when you don't have any strength, because love is, I mean, geez, it seems like all you need is love to conquer whatever there is in front of you. Because Iris gets on the radio and starts, you know, blah 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 blah, we need you, blah blah blah, and then he's just got, you know, he's got the strength to go beat this guy, and he ends up beating him. And then they take Wally to back to the lab, and they run tests, and then they figure out that Wally actually is not healing. You know, because since like the Flash, he has super speed, so his body heals faster. But apparently, Wally body isn't healing. So damn, it's looking real bad for that guy. Looking real bad. So fast forward, and the Flash, he goes back to talk to Reverse Flash to, you know, fix what's right. Have Reverse Flash kill his mom and shit like that. And the Reverse Flash, they actually used the Reverse Flash's speed because Wally, I guess, I said Wally, Barry, and to go back and kill Barry's mom. I guess Barry is just too weak, or just loses his memory of his speed. So that's when Reverse Flash just like takes him, zooms him straight to that moment. And I thought that shit was funny too, because when he gets there, well, when they go back to the first timeline, it's when Barry from the first timeline, before he changed anything, started beating up the Reverse Flash, saved his mom, beating him up, and then he's just like, you won't hurt her. He says what? Like, I won't let you kill her. And then he goes to his mom. She's like scared. He's like, everything's alright. Everything's alright. And then that's when Reverse Flash is just, you just hear his voice come out of nowhere. He's like, he says something like, no, actually, it's not. And then he like, Flash just looks up like, what the fuck? And then he just like disappears because, man, this nigga killed him. He killed the mom. Like everything, which is what all he wanted to do, is kill Barry's mom. And he gets to kill her. So that set things right. So you would think. But now we're back to the first timeline, and I mean shit, it just jumps and jumps and jumps from, this is crazy. But we're back to the first timeline because everything should be right and everybody seems right. But when Barry goes back into his house and he makes a toast with Detective Joe and Wally, and they tell him, you know, we're sorry about your dad and stuff like that. And Barry's like, I'm just happy everything, you know, everything is what, I'm happy everything is going right now and stuff like that. And then he asks about Iris. He asks about Iris, how's she doing? And Joe gets like upset and just like walks out. So you find out that even though he's back in his proper timeline, that some things are still gonna be different. Like apparently now, Iris doesn't speak to Joe. Iris doesn't speak to Joe for some reason like that. So yeah, that's what's happening right now. Yeah, but it was overall. Well, let's see. Oh, well then you have then at the end of the episode, we go back to the guy who plays as the rival, and he's sleeping, and then all you hear is his voice telling him to wake up and that it's time. And he wakes up, and then he goes to his mirror, and like somebody is writing the word alchemy on the mirror. So alchemy is gonna be this season's top big villain. I don't know anything about this character, but I think it's actually a legit character in the DC universe. Oh man, yeah, that would be cool actually. The Flash versus the Elric brothers. All you hear is a bunch of this. And shit just forming out of nowhere, man. But other than that, it was a good episode as always. If I had to rate it, I think I would give this episode. I think I'll give it 2 thumbs up. And yeah, can't wait for the next episode. Thank you guys for watching this recap on the season 3, episode 1 of the Flashpoint. If you like, comment, subscribe, and give the thumbs up. Tell me what you thought. All right, look forward to more reviews, more recaps. Deuces.